Hello, my name is Tom Angelo, and I'm here to help guide you through enrollment. This presentation is for current juniors who are working on their senior schedule worksheet. To begin, you will need to have your program of studies, your mini program of studies that was passed out to you in English class. This is the stapled copy, and it has a copy of your worksheet on the front page and a list of all the different classes you can take your senior year spread out through the remainder of the pages. So we will use this as a rough draft before moving on to our final carbon copy sheet. So let's go ahead and get started. Things to remember: you need 28 credits to graduate. Senior year, you have the potential to take free hours, and so you might only wind up with 6 credits this entire year. That's totally fine, as long as you've been on track your freshman, sophomore, and junior year. So just review your transcript that you were given and make sure that mathematically you have the 28, or that you will get the 28 this year before signing up for free hours. Also, pathways. There are recommended classes for students that are interested in certain careers, such as healthcare, art, education, engineering, and so on. Consult the Pathways link under the Academics tab of the CAPEN website for more details. Also, make sure you're considering college entrance requirements, especially for out-of-state colleges. Many out-of-state colleges require multiple years of world language. They might require certain science classes. So do make sure that if you have your eye on a certain college outside of Kansas, that you are reviewing their requirements and that you are all set to go there next year. Cum Laude students, make sure you're fulfilling your obligations to complete the Cum Laude program. This includes honors credits in the following amount: 4 English, 4 math, 4 science, 3.5 social sciences, and 3 language. You've doubled up in the past. Those count for your credits. So if you are not sure about something, please get with your counselor and we will review your credits with you. Let's go ahead and start working on our packet. The goal today is to fill out our required courses and allow you to choose some electives a little bit later on. So for religion, Christian vocations and Catholic social teaching are both needed this year. You will select the semester you take this class according to the first letter of your last name. Let's look at our worksheet here. Religion is the top line. So for Christian vocations, if your last name begins with the letters A through M, you will circle 7501. And if your last name begins with the letters N through Z, you'll select 7502. And then for Catholic social teaching, this is just flip-flopped. 7451 is N through Z. 7452 is A through M. Since my last name is Angelo, I will pick 7501 and 7452. English. Either English 4 or AP English 4 is needed. So we'll just go right back to our worksheet. This is a year-long course. We want to fill out the entire line here. So the English 4 code is KMC 1208. And I'll just write the title. It's okay to abbreviate as long as we can tell what you're talking about. English 4. And again, KMC 1208. And English 4. Let's take a look at math. Math is one of the more complicated things to look at for senior year, and there are a lot of prerequisites and fine print for each math class. The first thing to know is that if you score a 22 or above on the math portion of ACT, math becomes optional. So again, if you scored 22 or above on the math portion of ACT, you do not have to take a math credit. However, many of you will take math your senior year. For some of you, it will be required because you've got a 21 or less on the ACT. And some of you just want to keep your skills sharp for college, or maybe you want to get some college credits out of the way. The way our math is set up is that Algebra 3 takes place before intermediate algebra, which takes place before college algebra. So we have to try to do our best to place you among those 3 classes. Algebra 3 is only offered first semester. If you scored less than a 22 on the ACT, you should plan on taking Algebra 3 first semester. If your goal is college algebra, if you're planning on taking the ACT again, it can still be taken second semester if you meet the prerequisites. If not, you'll take intermediate algebra second semester. Look at it this way. If you scored less than a 22, you must take Algebra 3 followed by intermediate algebra. If you scored above a 22, you're not sure that you want to take college algebra. You will take intermediate algebra first, potentially college algebra second semester. If you scored above a 22 and you've met all the prerequisites, then you can take college algebra first semester and potentially statistics second semester. There's lots of different options. Since many of you juniors have not yet taken the ACT, do your best at selecting where you think you will end up, and we will work with you once we receive those ACT results. Make sure to be familiar with all the prerequisites for advanced math classes because they are firm. All right, so let's take a look at our sheet and see how we would put this into practice. So math, once again, this is optional if the ACT score that you get in math is above a 22. But let's say I got lower than a 22. I should pick Algebra 3 followed by intermediate algebra. If I think that I will get above a 22, or if I have already gotten a 22 but I'm not ready for college algebra right away, I would pick intermediate algebra and put it here. I would pick college algebra and put it here. And finally, if I got above a 22 and I am ready for college algebra right away, I'll do college algebra first semester, statistics in the second semester. I've taken a pathway to get me ready for AP Calc 1 or AP Calc 2, I would put that throughout the year. No matter what I pick, once I write down the course titles, I need to make sure I go through the packet, I believe it's page 4, and I find the course codes I need. Since I picked Algebra 3, KMC 412, Intermediate Algebra, KMC 413, I'm going to write those right there. Math is tricky. If you have questions about what to select, please let a counselor know. We are here to help. All right, next is science. A 4th credit of science is optional. Some thoughts, though, is that most colleges require chemistry or physics for acceptance. Check with your college choices to see what is needed. If you did chemistry last year as a junior, you're probably okay. Something else to think about, though, is that a year of both chemistry and physics are required to complete the Kansas State Scholars Curriculum. Completing the Kansas State Scholars Curriculum results in special recognition at graduation and possible scholarships. So if being named a Kansas State Scholar is something that interests you, you will need to select both chemistry and physics. You need to have completed both chemistry and physics during your time at Chapin. On my schedule, I'm going to go ahead and sign up for physics. Write down the course right here. It's a year-long course. Now, once again, I need to look up the course code. All right, it's on page 7. Physics course code I want. It's right there. It says KMC 1906. Write that in right here. I apologize if some of this print here is blurry, but hopefully you have the ability to pause and go back and forth and spend some time looking through your mini program of studies. Let's go on to social studies. You only need a half credit of either government or honors government. The semester you choose is also decided by your last name, similar to religion classes. So on my worksheet, we've got a line for social studies. My last name is A through M. I'm going to choose first semester. My last name is N through Z. I will choose the second semester. So I'm going to put government in the first semester for me. My last name begins with an A. And on the very second page, we've got the course codes here for government, KMC 707, for first semester government, and there it is. This spot right here will later be filled with an elective, so it will not be left blank later on. We're gonna fill that back up. Finally, world language. 1 credit is required for graduation and in-state colleges. Most of you did this your freshman or sophomore year. However, out-of-state colleges may require 2 or more years. So once again, if you've got your eye on a specific college and it's out of state, go on their website, check their entrance requirements, and make sure that you've completed everything that they need. Also, if you're a Cum Laude student, make sure that you've fulfilled your Cum Laude obligation. On our worksheet, it's got a special line, world language or elective, both semesters. So I am going to go ahead and pick AP Spanish 4. I've fulfilled all those prerequisites. AP Spanish 4. AP Spanish 4. NC 1334. Now, if I decide I don't want to do world language, then I would just choose other electives, place into those spots. Required electives. So before we complete the remainder of your schedule, make sure you have completed your required classes for graduation, or that you have them scheduled to be completed your senior year. You need to have a credit of fine arts, a half credit of communications, a credit of PE, a half credit of computer apps, and a half credit of financial planning. New electives. There will be 2 new electives offered next year. So in case you're interested, the first is orchestra. Our existing band class will be refocused on traditional high school pep band style, meaning it will have more percussion, horns, trumpets, etc. Orchestra then will have a greater focus on strings, harmonies, and different styles of music. This may also be a class within a class where they're both scheduled during the same block and they get together occasionally to play, and other times they'll be separated. But whether it's a class within a class or its own block, this will be a year-long elective. The other new class is robotics. This class will cover the design, programming, and construction of robots. We've had a great robotics club here at Capon for the last several years, and so now we're able to offer that during the day for credit. There will still be the club outside of the school day though. The robotics class is also a year long, and there is concurrent college credit offered. As you're picking electives, please note that many of them have prerequisites, and those prerequisites must be completed before you sign up for an elective class. This includes taking Intro to Theater before taking set construction, picking psychology before college psychology, etc. Plan accordingly. Make sure you put the prerequisites first, or you may not get your class choices. For example, I would put Intro to Art in the first semester and Ceramics in the second semester. College credits. You may have some opportunities for college credit this year. Meetings will be held to explain how credit can be acquired in these classes at the start of each semester. So what that means is if I sign up for a college course on my worksheet that I turn in, there is nothing I need to do with the college until the actual class begins. In the fall, we'll have a meeting in September to discuss how to sign up for the college credit. And in the spring, we'll have a meeting in late January to discuss how to sign up for the college credit. But do make sure before you sign up for the class on your worksheet that you read the course description and requirements for those classes very carefully. Teacher aides. Just a note on teacher aides. Teachers are limited to having 2 TAs a semester. Interested students must have the approval of the teacher they would like to TA for, initialed on the enrollment form, and please also have the name written in print as well. TAs need to have a minimum 2.5 GPA. Other opportunities, we have tutoring, and we also have the ability to be an office aide, which counts as one of your 2 TA spots. Free blocks. Okay, free hour. This is exciting for seniors. You may choose these if you are up to date with credits. If you have passed all the coursework, you should be fine. So on your sheet, the even numbers, KMC 990 and 992 are to request your first and fifth block free, so the first block of the day. And KMC 991 and 993 are the last blocks free for the day. Let's go back to our worksheet for a moment and look at these electives and see what we need to do. So we've selected all of our required electives. Using the other electives written in the program of studies, I need to fill in this spot. If I did not choose a world language, I need to fill in electives here. This would add up to 6 credits. If mathematically I need to have more than 6, or if I desire to have more than 6, then I would put the rest of the classes I want here. These can be elective spots. If I don't want to take electives and instead I want the free hours, I would write the free hours that I choose. So let's say I want just 1 free hour a semester. I don't need to put the free hours in each block. So I'll put some here, free, and let's say I want the afternoon, 993, 993. Okay. And if I want them every day, then I would just simply put all free hours in 993 in both rows. If I want to be an office aide or a TA, then I would write down here, office aide. I get the approval from Mrs. Truman. If I want to be the office aide second semester, same thing. Mrs. Truman signs there. If I want to be a TA, there's a spot for the signatures. Here's a spot for you to write the teacher's name. If you have questions on this, please see a counselor. We're here to help. Okay, a little bit more info. Academies. WSU Tech, St. Gianna Healthcare Academy, and the Sister Kathleen Gilbert Teaching Academy are all opportunities that you have senior year. With WSU Tech, this is traditionally for students who are not immediately going to be going to a 4-year university. Instead, they're looking to get some sort of vocational training. WSU Tech does not allow you to pick classes a la carte. For example, I cannot take English during the day or college algebra during the day at WSU Tech. Instead, they offer blocks of programs. So these programs could be CNA courses, they could be classes on aviation, HVAC, welding, so on and so forth. So if there's a program that interests you at WSU Tech, or if you'd like to see what programs are out there, you can check in with the counselor and we'll have information for you. Once you're signed up for WSU Tech, you would meet for half a day in either the morning or the afternoon based on your choice of class programs offered at WSU Tech. So make sure you have transportation available and you can get to and from Capon. You are responsible for enrolling in all WSU Tech classes. This is done online, and counselors are happy to work with you for guidance. It's just something you're going to have to make your own account for and do all the clicking yourself. Classes may fill up fast, so if you are interested, please see us counselors as soon as possible so that we can help provide you the instructions you need to make this a success. The WSU Tech program can last for 1 semester to a year. Next, St. Gianna Healthcare Academy. So if you're interested in the St. Gianna Academy, go ahead and write it down in your sheet. Once we see that you've signed up for this class, you will receive an application. The candidates then must fill out that application, and you will go through an interview process with a person named Mrs. Denlinger or a person named Mr. May. There's a few different people involved in the St. Gianna program, but you will have to be interviewed before being approved for the St. Gianna Healthcare Academy. If accepted, you will spend 2 afternoon blocks a day for 1 semester at Via Christi. So in other words, you'd come to Capon for the first 2 blocks of the day, and you go to St. Gianna for the remaining 2 blocks of each day. The choice of semester is not guaranteed. We try our best to work with every student and give them what they need, but please be mindful that sometimes that can't happen. So if you have other obligations such as sports, this could result in just a lot of trips back and forth from Capon to Via Christi. We also have the Sister Kathleen Gilbert Teaching Academy. Similar to the St. Gianna program, if this is something you sign up for, you'll receive an application. Candidates must have a 3.0 before applying, and you'll go through a formal interview process. If accepted into the program, you'll spend 2 afternoon blocks a day for 1 semester at local parish and public schools. 1 day a week, you'll also have lectures at either Newman University or here at Capon. The Teaching Academy is first semester only. All right, so let's start doing some recaps here. This is what you've received so far. You had the mini program of studies. That's what we filled out together. It's this lovely packet with all the information of courses pertaining to you. Use this as a guide and a prerequisite check. It's also where you can find course numbers for filling in your schedule worksheet. Now, the full version is available on the CAPEN website. The program of studies is located under the Academics tab on the homepage if you want to see every single course that CAPEN has to offer. But all of the courses that seniors are eligible to take are in the packet you received. Right? You also received the carbon copy schedule worksheet. So this is the page that is attached. The temptation is to tear it apart. Don't do that yet. Don't separate the pages yet. These will be collected in your English classes on February 4th and 5th, along with other paperwork. So this carbon copy is your final copy. Once you have finalized what classes you want on your mini program of studies, go ahead and write those onto the carbon copy as neatly as possible. Use pen, press firmly, and again, don't separate them until you bring them to class. We'll separate them together. We will review these and collect these, and if there's any inconsistencies the counselors see, we'll get with you and help you with it. Using your copy, you will also be responsible for enrolling through PowerSchool. Use a desktop or laptop only to enroll. It's not able to enroll you with a cell phone or with a tablet. There's a separate tutorial video for this process. One thing you will need is your PowerSchool login. So ask for it now from Mrs. Lutz at alutz@capen.org if you do not have it. You also received a new and returning student application form. This is a basic information form, and it also asks for the $150 application fee. So both the form and the check for the fee will be collected in English class on February 4th and 5th, along with our copy of your schedule worksheet. You also received a transcript today. This is the official record of the classes you've taken. Once again, you're just going to use that to make sure you're on track for graduation. Once more to review, you will write down your class choices on your enrollment sheets. The front page of the mini program of studies, which we've been working on today, is for practice. When you've completed your choices, write them on the carbon copy enrollment sheet. So this sheet here, that's your final copy. Once you have finished and you're confident in your choices, you may enroll online. Online enrollment begins right now. Use your completed forms to help pick these classes online. If you're having trouble, check out the other tutorial video for help. On February 4th and 5th, counselors will return to your classroom to pick up 3 things: the front page of your enrollment sheet, the new and returning student application form, and the $150 check made out to CAPEN. You must have the above materials turned in for enrollment to be finalized. Some tips: take your time. Be as careful as possible when choosing your classes on your enrollment sheets. If you receive your schedule in the fall and you have changed your mind, you no longer want to take your first or second choices, you will be assessed a $25 fee to change your schedule. Make sure you include alternates. If we're unable to give you your first or second choices, you will have a gap in your schedule, a hole in your schedule. We will meet with you to find an alternative. There's no charge for filling holes in your schedule. There's only charges if you need to change your classes. Okay. Recap. You have due February 4th and February 5th to your English class. Completed enrollment worksheet, the carbon copy, which we will celebrate by separating it together in class. You have your new and returning student application form, and you have your check for registration fees, $150, check made out to KMC. Those are due February 4th or February 5th in your English class. And online enrollment must be completed by February 5th. That is it for this tutorial. If you need help with online enrollment, please see the other tutorial video. Best wishes. If you need any help, make sure to see a counselor. We are here to help. Thank you.